So 10 days they come back, they get a diaper bag, and they get the gift bag, boy or girl, that has 2 sets of clothes, cloth diapers, soap for the baby, a toy for the baby, hat, socks, and then the mother gets a hygiene pack. So when they bring it for the 10-day checkup, so that Martin, if they were born at home or born in the city, he can check the mom and check the baby. They get a gift, and they know that. So if they come for their prenatal visits, they get that gift. When they bring the baby at 40 days, they get another gift. So we do the same thing.
At 40 days, they have to decide what they're going to do. Contraception. So what this
baby,
does,
but you didn't. So the reason it's so big, like this is everything baby, is because these are all the clothes when they get their bath. So these are by size. So when you bathe the baby, then this is where you come and get their new outfit from.
Oh, awesome.
And then there's a second room because this is only for up to 24 months.
Okay.
And the next room's the bigger kids.
Okay.
And
sometimes they have to get an injection,
Uh-huh.
and we sweeten the deal with a stuffed animal.
and then I gave this one out, and they said, that's a very dark baby. I said, well, your baby's very dark, too. And they told me not that dark. I didn't want the dark baby. The kids got it. So this is just the older kids, and it's just bigger size. It's our
Bigger toys.
when Samaritan's Purse sent us that big container, they asked, what else can we put on it because it's not full? What else do you do? What else do you need? And I said, well, we deliver babies, so baby clothes, our kids' shoes, our school supplies. And I told them what we did at the school, and they filled the rest of the container with ministry stuff. And so one thing they gave us was brand new baby quilts, like handmade quilts that had little tags on it that the grandmother sets on. So we saved 50 for the 50 first babies born here, and we gave the others to Liz and Ian at Mama They Lose.
Oh, awesome.
And so we have those blankets saved up here. So we have however many from 50 minus 16. And then they also gave us brand new little stuffed animals. So they get like a little Dumbo or there's like a dog and a pink and brown. So one's for the girls, one for the boys. So all up here is, as you see, bears, big bears, more bears, even more bears, is the baby blankets and the stuffed animals that are saved for those babies. So when they're born here, they get a gift before they get home. When they're 10 days and they bring them back, they get the next gift. At 40 days, they get a smaller gift. So it keeps them. So we have so many prenatal visits now. And they don't all have their babies here, but they still do their prenatal care because of those little gifts.
Oh, that's
So,
tremendous.
That's what this room is. And this is like the toys. And that's what Martin is. It's their birthday tomorrow. Do you have a toy? So, I mean, that's the best job, and I get it. So we give cars, and they get balls, and they color with coloring books and all of that.
Oh,
So-
how fun.
When we lived back here, and this was our house, when we opened the front and we lived back here, we always called one of these like the giveaway room, and that's where we put everything that somebody gave us. And no matter how much we gave away, it was always full. We could not empty this room, so then we had to go to 2 rooms because it got so big. And we'd give stuff away every time, and they never ran out. It's the oil, because we don't have all our pictures up, so they're on our phones, and we're trying to get them off. So I bought a picture printer. So we put one here, and then we realized the mothers want to see the pictures of their babies. So we put one outside that matches it.
Oh, awesome.
So when they're in outpatient waiting, they come to that corner because there's another one right outside the store, and it's the exact same thing. It's just a mirror image. And they all go and they say, oh, that's so-and-so's baby, right? Because we don't put names, we just put the village and when the baby was born. And they figure out whose baby it is based on that.
Oh, awesome.
All right. So this was our home. When you were here, we already had it.
Yeah,
You already
we
had
a
your
house,
house.
yeah.
Yeah, so this was our living room. The original condition of this was our closet, and nothing was beyond that. Our bedroom right there, the kids' bedrooms were back. Sam's to the corner, Rachel on this side. Our kitchen was in there, and our living room right here, or sometimes in the back, the next room right there. So we had a visit from one of my professors, and I said, well, that was the original labor and delivery room. No, the OR.
It's the OR.
And this was going to be the
This was the
original
living
labor with a closet, like a scrub-in area. And he came in there and he said, it's a little bit snug, but you might be able to get it passed. And but he said the biggest thing you see right here is like, what are you going to do with your pre or post-surgical patients? What are you going to do with them? And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, I don't know. I have no idea what we're going to do with them.
The plans were drawn up before he was just starting medical school. So we weren't medical people, we saw the plans, it looked like it had everything, and the person who drew it was medical, and the people who checked it were doctors, but nobody realized there was no recovery room. So there was an OR, there was labor, there was delivery, and there was scrubbing room, and there was nowhere for anybody to go post or pre or post op. And so that's what Martin said, we've got to add on. We can't have a room that might pass. So Martin had that professor of his, a doctor, who's my OBGYN, standing in the middle of our bedroom. It was very odd. And he was saying, just picture it, it's a hospital, we're just living here right now. And he looked around. I mean, it's like your doctor standing there in the bedroom. And then he said, Martin said, well, this is the little scrubbing room. He takes him in our closet. And he's there, with our shoes and all our clothes. And he said, I don't know, Williams, it's going to be snug. You can't fit everybody, but I don't know if you'll pass inspection. And so Martin said, we've got to add on. We have to just add a large OR and have a recovery area. So this kind of all got finished at the same time because we added that on and this was not finished. And we decided, let's finish everything so that we have one inspection and let's pass all at once. And it was not easy, but that's a story in itself. It was just miraculous. And so when we passed, and then we got our certification, they came up, just a big book, everything we had to do. And when they finally came up, we had such favor with them. They sat in that room, they said, you got this? You got this? And they walked around and said, you have things we don't have in our government hospital. Like, this looks nicer than our hospital in La Ceiba. You passed. You got everything. You have everything we told you to have, the evacuation routes, the exit signs. Because we read the book, and we just made sure we put up the little rubber, put things like, nothing straight, no wall straight in this place. It was so difficult to do all those things. And so we passed, and we thought we're going to have that certification for labor and delivery and program surgeries. And they said, well, you passed everything. You're a level 2 hospital. You can do everything except transplants. We said, fine with us. Yeah, so we're certified for everything.
That's
You
awesome.
can do all of it.
So come on into the labor and delivery.
So one delivery room, because we have one delivery bed. That came from Samaritan's Purse. Isn't that funny? You see, our best items came off that container.
Yeah.
It's like what we asked for. It just was absolutely.
We love our friends at Samaritan's Purse. They have been
They
just such a
sent
blessing.
the best quality things, packaged beautifully, labeled beautifully, and it took a long time to get in the country because it was during a time that they shut the port down for nonprofits, and they held it for us a year at port over there until we could get it in the country and pay storage on it until they could get it here. And when it came, it was just packaged so beautifully. It was above and beyond what we thought and what we asked for. So we had asked for this on another container that came. It did not come. We got hospital beds, but they sent this. It was what we asked for, and it's like, oh, I wish we had asked for another one. Because now we can only have one baby at a time. So what we did is we turned that room into a labor room so that we can, hopefully they will not give birth at the same time, but if they do, it's a bed, it's a hospital bed. But we can get this one delivered, clean up, put her in the recovery room, and then that person can be in laboring, and then we can move them in here to this delivery room. So we kind of set it up that way, that we would have a labor room, a delivery room, and a recovery room. And then
That's
we have a neonatal room that really is baby beds, because one of the requirements to pass for certification was having a room that you could separate babies that were not born in your hospital but came in with the mother sick or a bad
Placenta.
delivery, the placenta was not delivered, and you brought them in, you couldn't put your babies in the same room. They had to be separated, so we have that little neonatal over there, and so it separates mothers and babies. And that's what they require. Never used that yet, because we've always just had one at a time so far.
So we're always ready, even though, you know, we program our deliveries, the ladies have to meet the criteria, but even then you have to be ready. Like, everything's ready right here, then you walk in, boom, and it's on, stage is set.
Well, we learned that you don't have the bottom of the bed put on because you may be running in here trying to get the ladies in bed. And that happened to us, and we were trying to get the bottom, you know, it's removable and it's in that closet. And we could barely get the bottom off this bed, and Mark said, don't put it back on. We only need it after the baby's born. We put it on just for like an hour with the baby,
Clean her up.
and then we move her to the recovery room. So we just leave it ready, in which
I think
last time
that's a really good idea.
Last time helped, because the lady we barely got her in the room, and the baby was,
We want her broken within 5 minutes, baby crown, and then less than that, So yeah, all that stuff over there is part of the equipment, everything's
So
ready.
this is what they're coming to repair, is the light, because
Oh,
the
the
warmer
warmers.
doesn't work. It was working, it's one of those just like from one day to the next, all of a sudden alarm goes off and we try changing fuses and stuff and it doesn't work. So they're gonna look at it, so we sent them serial numbers and pictures and stuff, and so they're gonna come and try to fix it. For now, we just warm blankets. Last time we had to, zap them in the microwave to get them warm enough, the baby was cold. But, so we just use it as a bed right now.
Wow.
So that's my job, as the accountant, cleaning up the baby. Dress the baby, wash it, wrap it up, take it to the mom, help the mom with the breastfeeding. Because I'm the only one that's had a baby here. So that's my job.
Can't be that difficult.
For anybody who's watching this, biomedical engineering, we need that on the mission field.
Yeah.
Desperately, we always need to be fixing things, and that's one thing that we never have enough of is people who can go and fix stuff that's broken.
So a great warmer just becomes a bed, right? But we really need the warmer.
When we had the general director for Atlantida, and she wanted her curtains and our IKEA, I forget what this
Yeah,
is
they
called.
think it's like some expensive thing, it's IKEA, that's all.
Hey. She was like, can I have that? No. Became comical.
Because the thing, that the tracks you put them on are so expensive, just thousands of dollars to buy the track that those curtains go on. And
That's great.
I bought something from IKEA and I was looking at those and I said, I bet you those will work in the hospital. So I called down and Tabby was here and I said, go measure the rooms and see if it's long enough. So this one fit, but in the back, they were too long. So one of our teams that came looked at it, he said, I think we can buy wire at Home Depot and we can extend them, and they did, and they made them long enough. So
It's terrific.
$12.99,
$12.99, that works.
and we had the curtains already. Like
Who did
forever.
who did these amazing murals?
The wife of someone on our board of directors for our ministry.
Eric,
So
beautiful.
Kelly Austin. So when her husband comes down, he's an heating AC guy, so he helped install the air conditioners. She painted. So he comes down and repairs things for us all the time, and she paints. Little by little, she's done almost the whole
Yeah, I'm just
hospital.
looking at all of them. They're really spectacular.
Yeah, you can see, she always puts something with a maple leaf for Martin, Mr.
Okay.
Canada. She puts something for Louisiana for the Tigers, so that's the LSU. You see the little paw print and a
pressed
purple and
something.
gold.
What's
And
that?
then I always get an elephant because of Alabama. So, but
Oh,
my
maple
elephant
leaf,
has a maple leaf on.
Yeah, so it's a Canadian elephant.
And then when Brandy was here, she said, I need something for Texas. So if you'll look in that room, you'll see a cow that has a brand, the shape of Texas. And she painted the flowers like bluebell flowers
Oh.
for her.
Yeah, you can't miss that.
Yep. But if you look in the grass, we said, well, you can't put Texas on there. So she put the A for Alabama in the grass
Sorry.
for me. So Martin gets a maple leaf everywhere, so it's something. Yeah, so she did all of this for us.
That is awesome.
All right, now I'll show you the OR. So this is the answer to my professor, OBGYN professor. What are you gonna do with the patients before and after the surgery? So this is the before and after area. So we can actually do, I think we had up to 9, we have the monitor lids for them. Right now we're geared and hoping that our first program surgery brigade will include all the high success, low risk surgeries to
Just
pediatric
like the
patients.
deliveries.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna do the hernias, uncomplicated hernias in kids. Sometime between now and the middle of next year. We'll do like 10 to 12. Look at how many we already have on our,
We have 10.
yeah.
10
So we'll
harvest.
call them, we have all their contact information, and that's why we have the beds set up this way.
It's pediatric, so we have a team coming from San Pedro. So they're Honduran doctors, they're Christian, just like a little Christian group. It's their own ministry, and most of them work at Maria Catarina.
Okay.
And they're all in different areas, and they go with their little team, and they go to outlying hospitals and help them catch up on their cases. And they go for a weekend and work, so they're dying to come here. They've already come and checked all of our equipment,
Twice.
they organized everything, and they said, when are you gonna let us come and operate at your hospital?
We just give them room and board and bring the patients in, have them staged 2-3 days, and they'll go through them.
Yeah.
No problem. They have surgeons that do that, they've been doing that for decades now. And then the support staff is first class.
Yeah, that's right now, nurses, anesthesiologists, everyone knows.
You've not been in our OR, right?
I don't think I have.
Go on.
Was it 50, 20?
I think it was. I think
Very
it just
nice.
finished it. I think the last time I came up with Peter from Loma,
Okay.
and I think you had just finished this.
Yes.
This is terrific.
Yeah.
So your anesthesia machine is functional and works. You had somebody go over it. That's great.
Last time they came, they worked, they asked us to change two little things on it that he said, an alarm was going off, and then he said the little thing that goes up and down. He said, that's just getting old, you should just go ahead and replace it, so we ordered those two things.
It's got its own AC
You
with a
replace
HEPA
it.
filter.
Mhm.
So we haven't fired it up, but this will get really cold. It's got we have our own laparoscopic tower. We have a bunch of kits in there that were put together by the ladies that came, support staff from Maria Catarina Rivas surgical team. Everything works. We're just ready to start doing the surgical brigades. And right now we've been doing the medical brigades. We have that down. The surgical brigades, that'll be the next step up. And the, what do they call the backlog of surgeries, selective surgeries for Atlantida and public sector. It's deep. Yeah, I mean, so if you have some kind of procedure that should be addressed so that it doesn't advance to some worse level, yeah, you have to go to the private sector for that. And we'd like to be able to address that. So at first we're gonna get all the kinks worked out, not just of the system of protocols, and then we're gonna address some of the more risk or I guess life-threatening, some selective surgeries like in the OBG, the GYN stuff, you know, the NIC ones and the NICs in situ and things like that, procedures that can be done here. Tubal ligation for contraception long-term once they've decided they want no more. You know, sometimes they say, well, I'm just going to use the pill or the injection or the Implanon or even the IUDs. But some of those systems fail, you know, for whatever reason. We want to be able to provide a permanent solution for that.
This is awesome, guys. I love the tile that you did on the walls. I think that's, is that a requirement from the?
Well, we passed. I don't know. I don't know if we did it right. We had to come in with like special sealers on everything, like hand painted sealers that me and Tabby Brandy, like with
Wow.
painstaking with the little bitty brush. All of this, we had to do it twice on the whole back
So-
section. So in the end, they didn't even ask if we'd done it, but we know it's done now, that nothing's gonna permeate through.
So now you need a surgeon.
We need some teams to come through,
Huh?
I think we do.
We'd love to have permanent surgical staff here.
Yeah.
At first, it would be tough to keep them all busy, but surgeons are also doctors, you know. So if a surgeon can also be able to see patients, that'd be wonderful. For surgical PAs or nurse practitioners, that would be awesome too.
All right. Well, thanks for showing us around, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, towards the end of 2004 and all of 2005 was the year, actually it's a 13-month year that I was to complete at the hospital in Ceiba. And it was around that time that, you know, we took full control of this project and we started hosting groups that helped us. So the Holly Grove Church came up to do some of the fence. And
They did help with the drop ceiling.
yeah, so ever since then, these are the different groups from the different organizations and churches, universities and others that have come in and to help us continue either finish construction of the hospital and some of the infrastructure, or have been ministering with us medically, educationally, and constructionally.
I don't think that's a word.
And then right above you are the names of the young people that have rotated through us as interns. So that's a 10 to 12 week program that we use to introduce young people to medical missions. Most of them are interested in the medical field. Some of them have become lawyers since or are becoming lawyers, and other workers in the U.S. And then that corner over there,
Because we ran out of room. So we had to start another wall.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
In our home church, City Code, they said, well, we're gonna go over that door. We don't, can we take over the door? Now it's filling up, we're gonna take over. And we said, well, don't pick the bathroom door, go over the other door. Now they think
It started out as a novelty. We've actually had people that, at first they were not really related or from different church groups, and they say, oh, look at that, so-and-so is here. And all of a sudden, there's another knot in the net, network. We really liked it. That wall right there is especially important to us because LMU is a university that it's also a medical school, but a PA program that sends PAs to us to do World Health rotation to us. And then Our Lady of the Lake is a hospital-based residency that has sent to us pediatrics residents. And then the LSU is a university-based residency, and they send family medicine and OBGYN.
Internal medicine.
Internal medicine.
Our Lady of the Lake is in Texas.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
And then there's another hospital that is in Bogalusa.
Oh.
So they send family medicine.
Those are important liaisons that we made,
I
association
see
partnerships.
Laura drew our little tiny logo over there in the corner somewhere. I forgot Laura came up here.
Where is your tiny logo? I don't want to see it.
Above YWAM. And that says Laura Smelter,
Oh, it's
12/20/16.
Yeah.
12/16.
We need to make your big logo.
Yeah.
Where is it?
We need to get you a new one on the new wall.
Oh, the
Above
YWAM.
the YWAM over there. Laura
Oh,
just
yeah.
did her best to try to scribble it. None of us are artists. That's the thing, you got some kids in here that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this one over here was the most impressive for that.
We had an intern here one summer that she was really good and she did some for us. But others, they came and they had people in their church that were just really good at it.